Hi, Fruity Cutie. What's up? My name is Jeanette, also known as Ms.FitVegan. Today, I want to talk to you about going to your family on a raw food diet. So, we can all take a lesson from Lou Corona, who I don't know personally, so I don't know what he does. I just know from what I see online. And I'm not sure with all those supplements and stuff what he's doing over there, but I love what he said he did with his family. Okay, so he was eating raw all year, and then during Christmas time, he would come home for Christmas, and his family would pressure him into eating cooked food, and he did because he loved his family. But one year, he decided, you know what, I've had enough. And so he called his mom and he said, listen, mom, I'm eating a raw food diet. It's healing me, it's helping me, it's making me feel amazing. I want to stay raw. And I can't come to Christmas dinner if you guys are going to force me to eat cooked food, if you're going to make me feel bad for eating the foods that helping me feel good and heal. So I will come to Christmas dinner if and only if you guys promise to let me eat what I want to eat. I'm going to bring my food. I'm going to bring extra for you guys as well, but I'm going to not eat your cooked food. And I don't want to offend you. It's not about you. It's about me and my journey and my healing. And it's the food that I'm eating is healing me. So is that okay? Do you agree to let me come and eat my food? Or I can stay home and eat my raw food, but I cannot join you guys if that's not okay. He had that conversation. It was a difficult conversation. He had it. And guess what? His mom loves him, and his mom just wanted him to be there. And she finally understood that it wasn't about her. And she finally understood that he was eating raw for healing and to feel good. And every parent and everyone that loves you wants you to be your best, but they need to know that this is serious. They need to know what your boundaries are. And when he expressed his boundaries, then his mom could respect them. You see, a lot of you guys are not expressing your boundaries. So when you go home, when you go to holidays, when you go to birthdays, when you go to weddings, your family and friends will only take your raw food diet seriously if you take it seriously. And they will only respect your boundaries if you respect your boundaries and if you communicate them. So, if you're going home and you want to stay raw, what I would highly recommend is as soon as you get off the plane, okay, or if you're driving, as soon as you get there, you go straight to the supermarket, Whole Foods or a farmer's market or somewhere. You go straight there. You don't go to your parents' house first. You don't go home first. You go straight to a store. Okay, you go straight to a Whole Foods or a Trader Joe's or wherever, Costco, and you buy a bunch of stuff. You buy extra too, okay? Because you're going to want to make smoothies and stuff for your family too. All right, if you're driving, it's even better. You can bring your Vitamix, you can bring your juicer, you can bring your little blender, your NutriBullet, you can bring your stuff, okay? If you're flying, you can always check a juicer. I wouldn't really recommend a juicer because when you're with family, you don't really have extra time to juice, but you can check a blender in a checked bag. Don't try to bring a blender on a carry-on. They will take it away from you. Personal experience. What they did was they took the blade out and then they gave me back the blender. And I was like, can you just throw it away? Because that blender is now useless. Thank you so much. But you can bring stuff in a checked bag. You can bring knives, cutting boards, your big salad bowl. You can bring the salad bowl in a carry-on, but everything else you probably, a cutting board you can bring in a carry-on, but why would you do that? Bring what you can. If you're driving, even better. Okay, I need you to really understand that this is your journey, that this is not supposed to be understood by your friends and family because it's not their journey. It's not their decision to go raw. So don't blame them for not understanding you. And yes, it's going to be weird for you to be eating fruit for meals. And yes, it's going to be weird, the big ass size of your salad. They're going to think you're making a salad for everyone when you're just making a salad for yourself. Okay, I understand that. But most of your food is water, so that's why it's so much bigger than their food, and they're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. They're not supposed to get it, okay? It's not personal. Yes, they will ask you about protein. Yes, they will ask you about B12. Yes, they will ask you about calcium and iron and iodine and sugar, and you got to know the answers, okay? When they ask you about protein, well, where do you get your protein from? You got to know, and it's all in my book, but I'll just tell you. So check out Raw Vegan Excuses down below. Newly revised. Okay. But I'll just tell you, fuck it. So when they say to me, where do you get your protein? I calmly gently, kindly, I respond by saying, well, there's actually an abundance of protein in all fruit and all vegetables. So I get my protein from mostly fruit. That's it. That's it. When they say, well, isn't that too much sugar? And then I say, well, actually, before I went raw, I was pre-diabetic. And so I had major sugar issues when I used to eat processed foods, processed sugar. And actually, it's been proven that diabetes comes from a high fat diet. So once I gave up eating high fat things like butter and cheese and oil and animal products, that's when my blood sugar glucose normalized, and I haven't had any issues at all since then. No blood sugar issues, and I actually got a blood test, and my blood sugar is perfect. That's a lot. That's a mouthful. All you need to say is, actually, I used to have blood sugar issues, and now I don't because of eating a high fruit diet. You know, the sugar in fruit is not the same sugar as in Twinkies or M&Ms. And also, it's important to have that knowledge that diabetes is not caused by sugar. It's it's crazy that people don't know this still, but diabetes is literally caused by having a high fat diet. So, like, if you just drank Coca-Cola all day long, if you just ate candy all day long with zero fat in it, like I'm talking about like straight just white sugar, you would not get diabetes. Okay? But if you add in oil and animal products and dairy and the high fat things that clog your blood and thicken it, then that's when the sugar cannot get out of your cells at an appropriate rate, and that's when you get diabetes. So please understand, diabetes is not a byproduct of a high sugar diet. It's a high fat diet. You can also refer people to Mastering Diabetes YouTube channel. They're awesome. They have a great book as well. But yeah, that's that. The next question will always be, where do you get your B12? And it's important, and I've done a lot of content on this over the years, but it's important to stay calm and also don't take it personal, and also understand that they don't know. They're asking seriously. They don't know. They've never met a raw vegan before. They've never seen anybody eat so much goddamn fruit in their life. So like use this as an opportunity to educate them, but not in a cocky, nasty way, in a very, you see how my demeanor changed? I will literally be the nicest person ever when somebody asks me that in real life. Okay, I don't want to turn them off because I want them to, meet me and then, a week later tell somebody, yeah, I met a raw vegan and she looked great and she was so nice and she was eating all this fruit and she told me, actually diabetes isn't caused by fruit. Actually, there is protein in fruit. I didn't know that. Did you know that? You want to give a good impression because the way you treat people is the way that they're going to absorb the knowledge you're giving them, the information. This is all brand new information to most people. So when people ask me where to get my B12, I always tell them, well, B12 is actually made in the soil and there's lots of B12 in fruit and vegetables. And I actually got a blood test last year. After 13 years of eating raw, my B12 levels are totally normal. I don't have any deficiencies. So yeah, I get my B12 from fruit and vegetables. That's it. You don't have to go into the whole thing where like, yeah, there's no B12 in fruit and vegetables. It's something that's made in your microbiome if you're healthy, if you're eating lots of fruit and vegetables. You don't have to go into that. You could just say fruit and vegetables. Where do you get your iron? Fruit and vegetables. Spinach actually has more iron than beef. So I get, I have greens every single day. I have a big salad every day. And yeah, I get my iron from fruit and vegetables. There's lots of iron in citrus and dates and all the fruit and all the vegetables. You don't have to say, oh yeah, there are 1.2 billion people on this planet that are iron deficient. And if you're iron deficient, it really means you're vitamin C deficient because you need vitamin C to absorb iron. So the people that are iron deficient are actually vitamin C deficient. And how do you become vitamin C deficient? You don't eat enough fruit. You don't have to say that. Don't say that. Okay, next is going to be calcium. I mean, usually people don't ask about calcium, but all fruit, all vegetables has calcium in them. I think that's it, right? That's it. When you go to your friends and family, you want to go with extra fruit and you want to bring the most delicious fruit possible because the truth is that everybody loves fruit and everybody wants fruit, but it's not usually there. Usually it's cupcakes and pizza and candy and bagels, right? But if you have a beautiful fruit platter, and this is key, you want to make it beautiful, then people will eat it. I remember at Christmas time, there was lots of dead animal body parts, and I brought a beautiful fruit platter. And yeah, of course, people ate the dead animal body parts for the meal, but afterwards, everybody loved the fruit for dessert. And they ate so much and they loved it. I had passion fruit, I had lychee, I had watermelon, pineapple, and it was a top-notch fruit, okay? You want to really impress your friends and family, and this is your opportunity. I personally would not recommend you make raw vegan treats for them because what might happen is it's going to take you a lot of time and a lot of money and they might not appreciate it. They might not even like it. Everyone loves fruit as long as it's high quality. Learn how to pick out your fruit. I make videos on this every single day. I'm going to get more and more consistent on that because that's the key to enjoying a high raw or 100% raw food lifestyle, okay? So yeah, make smoothies that taste amazing. Don't make any crazy fucking things for them. Like don't make like fucking leave your daily green boost at home. Like don't make dandelion, spinach, kale juice for them. You know what I'm saying? Like make apple, cilantro, ginger, lemon, cucumber juice and put a lot of apples in there. Okay? Make beet, raspberry, and what was that juice that Blooming Raw did? Beet, raspberry, I think that's it. Beets and raspberry and pineapple. You know, like make beet, pineapple, apple, little bit of ginger, lemon, kiwi juice. Okay? Like if you're gonna make juice for them, make a really sweet, delicious juice for them, okay? Just make pineapple orange juice for them. Okay? Like stop with the trying to get them to drink nasty ass shit. Don't make them wheatgrass juice, okay? Don't be gross. And the final thing that you have to navigate is when they want to go out to eat. And I dealt with this a lot. Okay? So accept that you're going to have to eat the majority of your food at home and or on the way there. So when we would be going to restaurants, which, you know, my family's mostly obese, or they were, so they always wanted to go out to eat at these crappy places like TGI Fridays and like Nathan's hot dogs and all these things. So I knew that I was going to have to eat on the way there. And so I would be eating on the way there oranges, and everybody knew that, and grapes and stuff. And that was just normal. And then when we got there, I didn't eat anything, or I continued eating my fruit, or I ordered a salad. Okay, there's always salads at restaurants. Fast food places, you can eat your own fruit there. I've eaten many, many times, and Awa can tell you, I've taken fruit to restaurants before. Sometimes I talk to the maitre d' or the waiter and I say, is it okay that I eat my fruit here? I'm on a special diet. They always say yes. Most of the time I don't even ask because like fuck you, I'm the fucking customer. My friend and I are paying you guys. So that means I have the right to do whatever I fucking want with my food, with my diet. I don't owe anyone an explanation on what I'm eating. I'm not disturbing anyone. I'm not costing anyone anything. And usually, honestly, I mean, you can definitely bring your own bowl and knife and fork, but you don't have to. Sometimes I do, but you don't have to. You can use their fork, you can use their knife. And sometimes what I like to do is so my roommate or my friend or family member will order and I'll ask for an extra plate because we're going to share. And what I'll do with that plate is I'll take out a bunch of grapes. I'll put my grapes on the plate. I'll eat my grapes. I don't like to go to restaurants. It's not something that I do to socialize, clearly. It's not fun for me, but I have to do it sometimes with friends and family, and that's how you do it. You eat before you go, you bring a smoothie, you have the balls to eat your fruit at the restaurant, or you eat before you go, you fill up, and you have a tiny little nasty ass, gross ass salad. I've had to have tea sometimes because there's been some places that don't have salads. So I just order a lemon tea. Or if they don't have tea, then you just order water. And you just sit there and drink your water and you just make the best of it. And you say to yourself, and you just say things to yourself to make you feel better. Like, oh, I'm so grateful that I have control over my eating. And I am so full because I ate grapes, I ate apples, I ate bananas, I ate the smoothie in the car. I'm not at all tempted right now because I'm full. You will only be tempted out with your family when you are hungry. If you fucking go to a restaurant hungry, unsubscribe. Because you're playing yourself. You're not setting yourself up for success. Stop making it harder for yourself to be raw. You've got to eat before you go. You've got to prepare. Bring your food if you want with you. Yeah, it's embarrassing sometimes. So eat before you go and get a salad there. And if you're going to get a salad there, still eat before you go because the salad's going to be small as fuck. You want to order 2 salads? Okay. Sometimes I order 2 or 3 salads as a joke. It's not even big enough. And here's the number one tip that I can give you with that, okay? If you want to order a salad in a restaurant, yeah, definitely get 2 or 3. First of all, make sure they bring it in 2 or 3 bowls. I once got a salad recently in the Bahamas. He said, "Oh, do you want me to put both salads in the same bowl?" It was the tiniest little thing. I was like, that's not 2 salads. So next time I'll get it separately. Bring your own dressing. Bring your own dressing, boo. The dressings at the restaurants are gross. They're from a fucking bottle and they have oil and sugar and nastiness in there. Some dairy, some dressings have dairy in there. Bovine secretion. Make a little thing, bring a dressing, pour it on. You don't have time for a dressing? Just bring an avocado. Open it up, cut it up, put it on, get some lemon, squeeze it on. You good, boo. Even better is to bring a dressing though. Okay? If you can't bring a dressing, just get an avocado. They're not going to have avocado at the restaurants. Like they not. Trust me. They just not. So you got to stop on the way there or you're going to have it because you're going to go to a supermarket as soon as you get to your family's hometown. Buy a bunch of avocados, lemon, lime, bring it with you, put it on the salad. It's not a big deal. Nobody cares what you do. You're the paying customer, okay? And if the restaurant's really fancy, which I've been to very fancy restaurants, and I just take out my fruit and they don't say nothing. If it's very fancy, they're going to have salads. Make sure you eat before you go. And also just make sure that you realize that your family is supposed to think you're weird because you are fucking weird. It is very weird to be a raw vegan in this world. So if you are feeling very strange and very weird and like the only one, then I'd recommend you join my community. We have almost 600 people in this community. They're eating 100% or a high raw vegan diet. They're from all over the world. I have people from Austria, Berlin, South Africa. I have people from every single state in the United States, Canada, Australia. Did I say that already? No, I said Austria. And it's amazing. And I'm super, super grateful to connect with all these amazing fruity cuties all around the world. It's called Misfit Mondays. Check out the link below. We work out together as well Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at noon on Zoom. And yeah, it's just amazing. And you can meet with me once a week to ask me anything and get support and advice and accountability. And it's just a beautiful thing. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Watch this again so you can just really get it into your brain that this is what you got to do. If you want to be raw, you've got to make these changes. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to get easier every single day. I promise you. And then one day you're just going to wake up and that's what you're going to be. You're going to be a raw vegan. It's not a big deal. And I'll never forget one time when I came to New York, and it's going to make me cry. One of the nicest things ever after, like 10 or 11, 12 years of being raw, I came home and I was like, I didn't stop at a supermarket because I had all this luggage. So I decided to take an Uber from the airport to come home, drop off my luggage, and then go straight out to a supermarket. My mom had a beautiful, big, like plate of fruit, like a beautiful buffet, watermelon, lychees, oranges, bananas, peaches. She had like all this fruit for me. The watermelon was even seeded, and I just felt like so grateful. I think I cried, to be honest, because she was not supportive of the diet for the first like 9 years. Okay, she called me a freak, a fanatic. She said I had an eating disorder. Like she said I was crazy, and I was. The truth is I was compared to most people. Most people are just going along to get along. Most people are dealing with cancer and diabetes and strokes and all types of horrible diseases. So yeah, I look crazy. I look weird because I'm not. I'm taking my health into my own hands. And when I saw that, I was just like really touched. It just really touched my heart. So they'll get it eventually. And one day in the future, when they know you're serious, when they know the rules, when they know your boundaries, they'll have fruit for you when you get there. A beautiful display of fruit. One day. Remember, it took 9 years for my mom to really like stop making fun of me and like start understanding that I wasn't going to change. But if you go home and you say you're a raw vegan, but then you eat French fries in front of them, they're just going to think that you're fucking around. You're not serious. You're joking. And they're not going to respect your boundaries because you don't respect your boundaries. They're not going to take your raw food diet seriously because you don't take it seriously. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye, boo.